Alright lads, how's it going? Sorry for not uploading anything recently. I've been very busy back at work. Guess I am one of the lucky ones. I have kept my job and we're pretty busy now, probably just as busy as we were before the whole the bug came in. But got a nice little gameplay for you here on, can't remember, it's either Saipan or Malta, I'm not too sure anyway. We're in the Japanese Corsair. It's a rank 2 Japanese premium, probably one of the best premiums in the game in my opinion. Obviously being rank 2, it's obviously not the best for grinding up the Japanese tech tree, but it is probably one of the best for making money. As this F4U is going to find out, it's got very lethal guns. It's got 650 cals. It does have the early war belt, so you don't get that great APIT tracer belts, but it's good enough to do the job, especially against these low rank aircraft, which usually don't have much armor anyway. But like I was saying, for grinding Silver Lions, it's got 660% Silver Lion reward modifier, which is not the best you can get on a premium, not by a long way, but it's very good. Especially seeing as you usually get a few kills per game, it does all add up. But being a Corsair, if you know anything about Corsairs and American fighters in general, they're not really turn fighters, they're more boom and zoom or pseudo energy fighters. You can use them as energy fighters, especially at this low rank. Your main opponents you're facing are turn fighters, and you are in a boom and zoomer. You are very fast. You can use your energy to outplay some people. Now that A6M2 is pretty much of an easy kill. He wasn't paying attention. He was, well, it's low tier, isn't it? It's kind of, you could call this seal clubbing, kind of, but you have to fly the plane right. Like I said, if I was trying to turn fight opposing players in this point, I'd be dead, because you can't turn fight. Especially not against zeros, but that was our second kill of the game. Now we're closing in on this J21A. Now I recorded this match quite a few weeks ago, I'm not too sure when. Like I say, I've not been playing War Thunder that much, hence no videos. I'm absolutely rammed at work, and then I've been on quite an extreme diet trying to lose some weight, but it's going well. It's just I've not had enough time to get into War Thunder, so I apologise for that, for anyone that was, I doubt there's many people that come to YouTube for my content, but I'm sorry for not providing. That J2A1, I think he must have been damaged by someone else, so it could have been a bit of a kill steal, but this is where the game really kicks off. Now you see that J22B, we're going to turn in towards him, then we're going to go pull up. It's because we want to lose some speed, we want to make him overshoot basically. You see he came into us in a really steep dive, so he's going a lot faster than us, which means he overshoots. His turning circle is a lot larger than ours at that speed. So we capitalise that, we get a nice little reversal, shoot his wing off, as well as setting him on fire. That's quite a nice little kill. Just because you aren't a turn fighter doesn't mean you can't turn against opponents in specific circumstances. Sorry, my stutter's getting the better of me. But you saw there, he came in very fast, where we were like a moderate speed. It doesn't matter what plane you're in, if you go in really fast, you're compressing, your turn circle is going to be a lot larger than if you were going like 400 or 500. But we make a pass on this zero. You can see here, he does climb up to try and get us, which is good on his part. He does have a very low swell speed, it is a zero off the wall. There's no armor, it's very light. I counter that by going into a horizontal turn, which means I don't lose any, well, don't decrease my altitude, which makes it harder for him to get. Now here, I do make a mistake. Right here you see me turn away, because you know I would have been fucked if I carried on going straight there. I'm only half a kilometre away from him, he can still shoot me here. We do have to take a little bit of evasive manoeuvres, but I think we do actually take a hit, but she's a big American girl, she can take the hit, even though she is flying for Japan. But so we're just going to extend away from this zero. Like I said earlier, the biggest strength for this point is its speed, really, especially against zeros. And at low tiers, there's not many planes that are this fast, hence why it's got quite a reputation of being a seal clubber. It's not, like I said, it's not strong at turning, but when you're faster than pretty much everybody else, you can dictate when and where you want to fight, basically. Well, this P38 coming in is going to pose a problem for me. I know that I can't turn fight the zero, but I can't outrun this P38, especially when he's diving on me. So I need to make a manoeuvre here to try and force a play style. And I need to take out that zero or take out the P38. So the P38's missed his pass and broke off, so I'm going to focus on this zero. Now luckily for me, we do manage to set him on fire, which is good for me, because obviously it's one less enemy out the team. and one less enemy on my 6, sorry. And because of 0 on the P38, they have completely different flying styles. Like, so me flying against a P38, I can turn fight him. He's a heavy twin engine fighter. He is very, very good at turning for a heavy twin engine fighter, but against a single engine fighter, then he's obviously not a choice. But against that 0, he will obviously outturn me massively. So I'll let this P38 close in a bit. We're going to do the same thing we did with that J22B. We're going to turn into him, but instead of like that J22B, we're going to go straight ahead. Reason for this is I didn't want to turn too early. You can see here that the P38, he is now committed to a turn fight. He turned back on me after he made a pass. If I'd have turned straight away and he'd carried on going straight and carried on climbing, he could have easily boom and zoomed me because I'd have bled a lot of speed. But because he turned, I felt comfortable turning back into him. We make it into a dogfight and a stall fight, I'm easily going to win. I'm a single engine fighter, he's a twin engine fighter. Now I must ask you to close your eyes here because that aim was appalling. I would use some more expletive language, but I don't want to get demonetized. And the next 2 minutes or so is just going to be being awful aim, so I do apologise. Well, you can see the P38, it's not a bad turner by any means. It's not going to outturn like a 0, but it is giving me a match. I do need to be careful here. I can't just YOLO it and just hold down the fire button and try and stay on a 6. You see I'm doing mini loops here. I don't want to overshoot him. But this is where the P38 makes his biggest mistake. He just goes straight vertical. He's completely bled all of his speed. The great flaps on this Corsair, you can see them. They just come right out. You get a huge amount of lift. And we're right on his 6 again. And that's going to be his death sentence, really. I carry on shooting, I don't know why. And as you can see, we're out of ammunition. So we're going to go back here and land. I'm not going to show you that because I don't want to waste anyone's time. But I think that was our 6th kill of the game. Because some of the kills at the beginning were a little bit dodgy. Like that guy that was flying when he was damaged. That's kind of a kill steal. Kind of, but... So anyway, like I said, I recorded this game quite a few weeks, maybe a month or so ago. And the B-18 here, it was I think it's one of the new Swedish bombers. But at the time of playing this, I didn't know what the hell it was. So I'm just being a little bit cautious on my approach. This is low tier after all, so AA. Airfield AAs like lasers at this tier. If you ever play top tier jets, you know that AA is useless, it does nothing. It's like they use the same AA in top tier and low tier. It's like they don't make it more effective at top tier jets, but sorry for that little sidetrack. But as you can see, we're setting ourselves up nicely on this bomber. I'm straightly above him when I come down on top of him. Gives me the most time to get off shots and him the least time to get shots off at me. But as I said, I didn't know what the B-18B was capable of. I didn't know what it had. I didn't know if it had guns. I didn't know if it had forward-facing guns. But we do manage to set him on fire. And also, again, I'm doing everything right. We're extending away. I did take precaution here. I didn't know whether he had guns or not. It turns out he actually does, which is quite unusual for a bomber. But we set him on fire, but just my luck, he's going to go out, which is annoying. So we're going to re-engage to him here. Now I was going to go head on because it was a bomber, but then I realised, is it really worth dying to a bomber? Is it worth throwing away this game just on a, like, you know, throwing away a game on a stupid mistake like going head on when you don't need to? I have the energy advantage. He is a bomber. You try and get a shot off here on him as we do a little bit of stealth fighting with a bomber, which is something you don't see every day, but I didn't actually know the B-18B has a rear-mounted 20mm cannon. My wing is about to find that out. So that's great. Got 6 kills and died to a bomber. But we do manage to set him on fire, luckily. And he is going to burn up to give us our 7th kill of the game. But like I said, the Corsair, it's an absolutely excellent premium. It's very, very... It's low tier, so it doesn't cost a lot either. So, I know I'm not exactly a master at speaking, you have to forgive me, but I would highly recommend you buy the F4U Corsair. It's very, very good. I wouldn't really, especially if you just want Silver Lions, don't waste your money on like a top tier premium. Just get a nice little low tier one. Either this Corsair or the G55S. I would recommend that any day over one of the top tier premium jets. If you do want to grind money, or Silver Lions, sorry, I would highly recommend getting a plane and in realistic. I wouldn't recommend going into tanks. It's just not good for grinding. But anyway, I know this is a quick little video. I'm sorry I've not had any other videos out. I have got some footage for reviews lined up. I just need to write scripts and edit them together, but like I say, I've been working tons, and I've been doing a lot of like working out, well, in my garage because all the gyms are shut. But I know I'm wrong, but you have to forgive me for my little speech impediment, if you can call it that, of stuttering. But I hope you enjoyed this, lads, and thank you very much for watching.